Hi, my name is Max Bishop, and I am doing a final project for Physical Science 111 at Central Alabama Community College. The topic that I chose was how do we know the temperature of Earth's core? The reason I chose this topic is because I've always been very intrigued about the Earth and the different layers that it has, and I figured I've never really looked up what the temperature of Earth's core may be, so I thought that this would be a very good and intriguing topic to learn about and research about and also talk about in my presentation. Now I'll be talking about the Earth's core and what it's made of. Uh, the outer core is 1,367 miles thick and is also composed of nickel and iron. The temperature of the outer core is 4,500 to 5,500 degrees Celsius. The outer core has a liquid metal, which is the nickel and iron, that has a low viscosity, meaning it is easily deformed and malleable. The turning metal in the outer core creates and sustains the Earth's magnetic field. Now to the inner core. The inner core is composed of mostly iron. There's also tiny alloy metals that they say are also in the inner core but aren't sure. The radius of the inner core is 758 miles, and it has a temperature of around 5,200 degrees Celsius. The inner core also has a pressure of nearly 3.6 million atmosphere, and the temperature is far above the melting point of iron, but the intense pressure does not allow the iron atoms to move into a liquid state. The inner core also rotates eastward, but is a little faster than the surface, making an extra rotation every 1,000 years. The iron crystals that are inside the inner core are also arranged in a hexagonal close-packed pattern. This is my data table that I found for the temperature of the inner core. This is a model showing a computer model line versus an experimental model line. And the computer model line is the one that goes all the way across the graph. And then as you can see above on the table, you can see the different experiments and the different points that it represents. But as you can see, the computer line shows that as the pressure increased, so did the temperature. And the data points are experiments that have taken place to see what their experiments got for the heat of the inner core. And as you can see from the experiments, data points almost line up with the computer model line, which indicate that they may have factual information going towards the actual temperature of the inner core, just because if you're taking a computer model line and setting it up and then doing various experiments on the same thing and you're almost getting the exact same result, that's almost just a for sure sign that you're getting somewhere or that you're actually going to get the right information at some point. Now I would like to talk about my demonstration. The demonstration I'm going to be showing is how they take a lab of the temperature of the Earth's inner core, and what they do is they take a metal slab just like this, and they take two diamond points, and they actually mash the diamond points together with a piece of iron in between them that is the size of a speck of dust. They then take a laser pointer and shoot it at the piece of iron to then heat it up past its melting point. And the pressure that the diamonds are actually holding is 2 million atmospheres or more, and they heat the piece of iron to 3,000 to 5,000 degrees which is past its melting point. And now the demonstration I'm going to show you is this piece of styrofoam actually represents the metal slab that they would use, and they would add a speck of iron into this hole right here. And then after they would do that, they would take two diamonds and push them and ram it together on a piece of iron, and then through a little hole they would shoot a laser beam through it to then heat the piece of iron, and as
as soon as they got it to as close to the conditions that are in the inner core, they would then take the temperature of that and estimate how hot the inner core of the Earth would actually be.
Now I would like to talk about the theory side of the temperature of Earth's core. Um, the biggest issue I had during this research process was finding true results of what the true temperature was and how scientists were getting these numbers. Um, I found an article while researching this topic that kind of put things into perspective for me and why I wasn't finding these certain results. Um, the truth is that no one truly knows the exact temperature of the Earth's core. Reasons being, the core is located 6,000 miles below our feet, and the deepest that we have ever been able to drill is actually 6 miles deep. And in all, the Earth's core is truly inaccessible, with the technology we have right now making it nearly impossible to create an exact lab experiment for the extreme conditions that are in the Earth's core. With science, and technologies getting better every single day, there's always a possibility that one day we may actually be able to get the exact temperature of the Earth's core. But until then, all of these temperatures and all these points that they're getting are really just a theory on everything.